Good afternoon, folks. We are here at Westside Field. The number 4 Westside Warriors are going up against the Papillion-La Vista Monarchs here this afternoon, and what a night it's going to be.
It's a big night because Westside is going to honor one of the all-time great coaches in high school baseball in the state of Nebraska, longtime Westside head coach Bob Greco. There'll be a ceremony coming up right before game time, and Coach Greco will throw out the opening pitch. There'll be a presentation at home plate by Athletic Director Tom Kirkman. But Jaden, what a career by Bob Greco, one of the all-time great coaches. 7 state titles, 6 state Legion titles, and 5 state runner-up finishes. It's been an outstanding career. It's hard to surpass what his resume looks like.
Yeah, I mean, Greco going into this season overall just been, just his overall career here at Westside has been just such an amazing feat. I mean, 26 different seasons here at Westside, 21 times he made the state tournament. I mean, the accomplishments that he's put into this program is really what this program truly is nowadays, and it's what it's how this team has gotten to where they are right now. I mean, 2014 ABCA, the coach of the year for the entire nation, 3rd place in the entire nation in American Legion that season. I mean, he's just been shown as one of the best coaches, not just in baseball, but throughout the entirety of Nebraska.
Well, and he did it pretty quickly, the way he built this team when he came in 1994. They went on to finish as a state runner-up, and then they won their first state title under Coach Greco in 1999. And that team was inducted into the Westside Athletic Hall of Fame, and it was a special team. And he sent some players to the majors. Probably the most notable is Darren Ruff, who went on to play at Creighton University, and now he is with the San Francisco Giants, and he's hitting home runs. So he's developed a lot of talent through the years.
Yeah, I mean, look at guys like Jake Myers, the Waldron brothers. I mean, what he has brought here to this baseball club is just something that no coach has really ever done, not just here, but really throughout the state of Nebraska. I mean, there's so many programs that would love to have a guy like this that has put so much effort and so much pressure into his baseball and the game he's loved all of his life. So, I mean, it's really great, especially after last season, not being able to honor him due to the COVID, thrown away season, I guess if you want to call it that. But being able to have him out here and showing the gratitude that this team and this school wants to give him is just flat out amazing.
And he has developed so many relationships with so many families and ball players through the years and built this dynasty that I even got a few messages today from people who would love to be here but are living out of state. They couldn't be here, but we told them that it was going to be streamed live on westsidewire.net and also on Warrior TV on YouTube. The people are watching around the country to honor Coach Greco today. So it's a true honor for Bob to be honored tonight by the school and a culmination of a great career.
Yeah, so going with that, after the ceremony to start off with, we'll have a lot more Bob Greco here. We'll hopefully be able to talk to him around the 2nd inning. But looking at this game here tonight, Westside really needs a win bad, especially in a game at the end of the last season here. You want to look towards what this season is looking for. In the last few games, in their last 2 tournaments, has really been mixed results to what you had in the start of the season. You started off in that Papio tournament a little bit stricken to what they really wanted to do. They lost to Lincoln Southeast 9-5, then able to come back against a Pius team and really being able to put it on them in a consolation round, but then losing to Elkhorn South, especially a team that has really struggled this season after being losing a lot of seniors last season. It was really disheartening for them going forward. But then going up against the Millard South tournament, I mean, you're going against some 2 top 10 teams, Lincoln East and Millard West. You beat both those teams and then just barely lost to a Millard South team that has been through and through the best team in all Class A.
And they're hanging right on that number 7 wild card spot. A win tonight and maybe some losses could really make a huge difference in deciding who are the home teams for the wild card.
Yeah, that's a big thing here. I mean, of course, top 6 teams are going to be able to make districts, or will host districts, and those 7, 8 seeds will be really interesting to see. Of course, the 6 district tournament winners will go on to the state tournament, then 2 more wild cards will be inducted in. So being able to get those last 7, 8 spots, of course, Westside 8th right now, Papio actually 7th currently. So this is really kind of for that spot of who wants to make it in, to really show that they're one of the best teams.
And we've got a beautiful day here at Westside Stadium. I'll tell you what, earlier today we had rain in the morning. It was in the 50s. The wind was blowing about 30 miles an hour. But it's turned out to be a beautiful evening here. We've got a big crowd here at Westside Stadium for this game. It's sunny skies. The clouds have disappeared. The wind, I'll tell you what, we could see some home runs. That wind is brisk. It's about 15 to 20 miles an hour, and we could see some home runs tonight.
Yeah, the wind has really been blowing out to deep left field. It can be a really big possibility for guys like a couple righties to be able to pull one out there. Of course, we saw in BP, Cole Payton able to launch one about 100 feet over the right field wall. That one was launched. If he wants to do that again, he's got a really good chance here tonight.
Well, that's great. And I'll tell you what, Westside, they've scored a lot of runs in that Millard South Invitational last weekend. And if they do that again today, I think they got a good chance to win this game. The last time these two teams played here at Westside back in March, we saw some really good games, and they came back and beat Westside here and got a big pitching performance by Gage Ingram, and he did a great job against Westside.
Yeah, Ingram the first time actually going up against Omaha South in that first round of the Metro Conference Tournament, but then flinging around into their number one up against Westside. But of course tonight you're going to see Gage Ingram for Papillion-La Vista, and this will be a big one for him. So looking at the stats between these two teams, I mean, you're really going to see overall Westside really wants to work that offensive side of the ball and has so much struggled defensively, especially going on this season. The left side of the infield has really hurt them so far this season in big moments when they really need it. So I think the big thing here tonight is if Westside can really play clean defensively, and how Papio, if they don't, can be able to get on top of that.
Yeah, I think that's one area where Westside has struggled sometimes, is maybe some throws to first base, some drop balls, just some mix-ups in the infield. But it isn't that they've been outplayed that much this season. They just made some mental errors, and that has cost them in some of these games. They've shown power at the plate. They've gotten hits. But the big key today, I think is going to be with men on base. They've got to drive in some runs. When they get guys on, which will be rare against Ingram, they need to get guys on base and get them across the plate, and that'll be the difference in the game.
Yeah, and I mean, for Westside going into this game, of course, the last regular season game we're going to see here at Westside. Districts, of course, it's very unlikely that this team would be able to host Districts at the 9 seed currently right now, but working for that, it'll be really interesting to see what they want to do, what they want to work with this game, and how they can work going into Districts. Of course, Districts starting this upcoming Saturday. It'll be interesting to see what they can try to do.
I just got a little fist bump from the umpire tonight. One of those guys, longtime umpire. Good to see him here tonight. But it's you can kind of see all the former players gathering here behind home plate, and that really shows you the respect for Coach Greco. A lot of former ball players through the years. Coach Greco spent 26 years here at Westside, and they're getting ready for the ceremony at home plate. Athletic Director Tom Kirkman will be on the microphone.
Bob Greco and your family, please start working your way to the field. Thank you.
Of course, Greco, I mean, we've talked about it so much. 7 state championships, more than any other coach throughout his time here at Westside, more than any other Westside coach. I mean, it's really interesting to see just what he's done for this entire group.
You just see the camaraderie. Bob's just going down on the field with his family, his son Joey, his wife Caitlin, and their daughter Charlotte. And then, of course, his daughter Chelsea and her boyfriend Brandon are also on the field.
Well,
not with us tonight is Chaylee Greco, and she's out in Boston. Couldn't be out here tonight, but I'm sure she's wishing and watching her dad right now.
Tonight, we'd like to thank former head coach Bob Greco for his 27 years of coaching baseball here at Westside High School. Bob is considered one of the greatest, if not the best, high school baseball coach to ever coach baseball. He coached numerous state and summer championships, as well as many and all state players during his time at Westside High School. He also coached a number of players who played college and professional baseball. He built great relationships with these players that lasted way beyond the diamond. But Coach Bob Greco was more than just a head baseball coach. He was a great math teacher. He greeted every student with a smile every day as they entered his classroom. He made every student who he encountered at WHS feel welcome. Sure, Coach Greco was a huge competitor and he loved to win like everyone else. Just ask the umpires. But what we appreciated more than the wins was being with team and family, especially his parents Ruth and Joe. They follow Westside High School baseball everywhere and have monuments up by the concession stands. That meant the most to him as a coach. Now Athletic Director Tom Kirkman would like to say a few words before Coach throws out the first pitch, and a few words from Tom and Coach.
Thanks, Sugar Ray. Appreciate it. First, I'd like to just thank the Papillion coaching staff and their players and their parents for allowing us to have this afternoon. So I appreciate that. So thanks, Coach. It's very nice of you to do that. Just a couple things. I just want to say thanks to Bob for everything he did, what he meant for the baseball program at Westside High School. He was a great coach. I enjoyed working with him. My first year, he did get kicked out of a game, so I found out a lot about Bob, but it was great. He was an awesome coach, but a better guy and just a fabulous person. So with that being said, thanks. And Bob, after he gets done saying a few words, he'll throw the first pitch and we'll get started. So Bob, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Tom. I'm just floored at all the people here. I can tell you from baseball, all the people in my life, I can't believe it. I got a couple buddies over here, the two skinny guys. We played junior college together 40 years ago and they came. So, I mean, the people I've met through baseball has just been fabulous. I'm just overwhelmed. Sugar Ray, thank you. You are the best. I appreciate it. Ross, you too. I'm so glad Westside has you now. How we get you all the time. You don't have to act like you have to say nice things about the other teams. You just give it all to us. I love it. I want to introduce my family. This is my first love, my wife Kathy. My middle daughter Chelsea. My son Joey, his wife Caitlin, and my new love, Charlie. That's my new girl. You know, well, Chili's not here. I don't get to introduce her. My oldest is not here. She came for the weekend, and she had to head back to the East Coast. With my family, I was tough on my family, just like as I was tough on the ball players, because I didn't want to accept anything less than the best. And as Frank knows, I don't care what other people think. I let you know what I think. And so I was tough on them, and I couldn't stand losing. You're right. Twice. I'm not kidding. Twice. Got beat by Creighton Prep, and I left my daughters there. I almost said something bad. I'm not kidding you. It was 2 years apart, but I was getting glad-handed every time I got beat by every father there. And I beat the umpires to my car, and I just took off. And luckily, my assistant brought him home. And then he did it again 2 years later, he had to bring him home again. So I can't stand losing. You know, the memorial the parents did for me up here for my parents, the baseball parents did that. I mean, I was so overwhelmed by that. And, you know, and people would always ask me if they're buried there. And so, of course, I'd say yes, but they're not. My sister Gail, she passed away a few years back, and with her, she's kind of loud. And you knew things were going bad when you'd hear her cackling back there and going, "You're pissing Aunt Gail off." And then all of a sudden we'd give a few more runs and we're down by 6 or 8, and then she'd say, "Come on, defense." And we knew we hit bottom when that happened with Aunt Gail. So we sure do miss her. I know that. Former players, coaches over here. Coaches doing a great job. Alec, it's great to see you guys here. Keep it up. I love it. I love to see how well you're doing. And you know, what counts the most is at the end. At the end, you believe it and it happens. My assistant coaches, I think Steve is here. Steve with me every year when I started, every single year, and it was great to see. Jay is here too. Yeah, Jay's up here. But what's funny is sponsor-wise, you know, when I first started, I kind of got fired. I got hired, then I got fired. Oh, there's Jimbo. I got hired, then I got fired, and so Harley Schrager called up, and then I got hired back again. So he got me back in. But sponsor-wise, Harley was great. You know, Tom Fulkerson, Jay Noddle, and now DJ. And I'm telling you, DJ gives so much money. It's awesome. It's great to see. Harley gives so much money, and then that takes the pressure off the coaches having to fundraise all the time. So I know how lucky I was to have all that, and I appreciate it so much. And you know, through it all, DJ and I have become best friends. He has a lot of best friends. I'm down to just a couple of them. He's one of them, but he's got a lot. Concession stand, the Seals, thank you. Dave Shabram, thank you. That was epic, and it was nice to get people to take care of that. Tom, I loved it when you came here. You're constantly at the games. You're taking care of everybody, and I appreciate it. I tried for a raise for 5-6 years with nothing. But now, Otis has got 3 kids, all the same age. You can give my raise to him. Triplets, that's, man. You know, about 10 years ago, I got so mad at the umpires, I said, I'm done. No more food, no more drinks, I'm done. You pay for it, just like my coaches would. And, oh, don't laugh, this is the truth. And for 10 years, I never gave them anything. I said, drink out of the water cooler like we do. And they had to, so I'm sure you give them free stuff now, don't you? You do too. You know, I thought my family and I were going to have to wear helmets out here because Frank's umpiring. You cannot chase a foul ball without putting on a helmet. You better get your helmet on, you guys too. Put that helmet on or he'll throw you out, Nate. That's what I got. But Frank, I appreciate it. You never threw me out. You never did. You're the only one. Thank you. Thank you. You guys up here, you're going to have to scoot over because I know the rest of the umpires are coming and we need room for them to sit up here. So you guys kind of squeeze together. Maybe we can get the rest of them in. You think they'll be here? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're coming. One of the things I try to do when I was coaching is to teach you to give it everything you got. I don't care if you're the coaches, the kids, but give everything you got, and then whatever happens, happens. And I don't know that you had to worry about winning. It took care of itself if you gave everything you had, and that's what I always wanted. My favorite thing was to get a kid who's kind of a soft marshmallow type and just watch him turn into this big competitor. When we're in a big ball game, someone takes the lead in the top of the 7th and the kids don't get nervous. They just say, yep, we'll get that, and just come back and win it. That was my favorite part, all the time. I loved watching them grow to just the mentally toughest person around. And I don't know that I see that all the time anymore. I don't see that a lot in athletics, and I think, to me, that was one of the most important parts. And you know, you have to fail. If you don't fail, you don't know how to learn. And so, when you failed, treat it as just a lesson and move on and go after it. That's kind of what I would do if I was coaching now. I think I'd focus more on the failure because people can't handle it. They just are crazy. So, do you guys become mentally tough? And not today, but after today, you guys become mentally tough too. And I just want to thank the district. I don't know what I would have done or what I would have been without baseball. And I appreciate it so much. And this is such an important part of my life. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
We'd like to present Bob with a gift, and then we'll have him throw the first pitch, and then we're done. So thank you, Coach Greco.
That's DJ Rezak, the sponsor of the Summer Legion of Baseball team, K Building Services.
Well, it's Bob Greco night tonight, so
Bob Greco's going to go out to the mound and throw out the opening pitch.
Thank you, Bob, for the kind words.
He knows that mound well, threw a lot of BP. Here's Coach Greco with the opening pitch of the game. And it's a strike, folks. There you go. What a great send-off for Bob Greco tonight at Westside Stadium. I can see about 50 former players here in the audience.
Mr. Bob Greco and his family.
And there'll be a reception for the next 2 hours until 7:30 tonight with all the former players over in the parking lot by the Westside Alumni House. So we'll have the baseball game and a reception for Coach Greco, and it'll be a great evening, and we look forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be a great ball game. Number 4, Westside, going up against Papillion-La Vista. Both teams trying to end off their regular season with a win when we come back.
Restrooms are in that area as well, and welcome to Warrior Field.
And we're back here at Westside High School. Warriors trying to go up against these Papillion-La Vista Monarchs. We'll get you guys the starting lineups here first for the Papillion-La Vista Monarchs. They'll start it off with Jacoby Hurst. Then at going second at first base, you can see Jackson Osenford at third. In the cleanup position, Ethan Neeson in right field. Braden Jones batting fourth at DH. Chase Clark batting fifth at catcher. Patrick Zeller pitching here today. Noah Dedinger, going to be playing left field here today. Nick Shanez playing shortstop. Jeff is playing second base. And then over at third base, we're going to be seeing, Luke Saxton for Papillion here tonight. So going up, looking for the Warriors, Hunter Eichhoff. Will be on the mound for the Warriors to start it off here. Eichhoff, just his first start of the season for him, has had a lot of relief opportunities. We saw him in a couple other games earlier this season in the doubleheader up against Lincoln Northeast and Lincoln Southwest. And to start it off here for Papillion-La Vista South, Jacoby Hurst looking to start off strong. And first pitch in there is low for a ball, and this game is underway. Second pitch from Eichhoff, fouled back, and the count will be even back up at 1-1. So Eichhoff looking to start off strong up against Jacoby Hurst here. Hurst, you saw back when these two teams played last time, had an RBI double. And that pitch is in there for strike two. And no bunt defense for the Warriors now.
That wind's really gusting out to right field. It's going to be a big factor in this game.
Pitch here. Fly ball into left field. R.J. Gunnarsson coming on, but it'll drop just in foul territory. So Eichhoff ahead in the count here once again, trying to finish off Hurst here early. The Warriors here this afternoon with districts coming up on Saturday, trying to work a three-man show. Going to start off with Eichhoff. Might see a little bit of Jackson Gouda and Jake Cogman later in this afternoon. Here's the 1-2. Cutter drops down nowhere near the zone, and it'll even back up at 2-2. Eichhoff working 3 pitches so far this season. Might want to see it in the fastball here. Fastball high, and it's out. And this count will be full at 3-2. Of course, we saw in that first outing between these two teams. Strike 3 from Hunter Eichhoff. Fastball on the inside corner and 1 down.
That's a great start to get off to for Eichhoff to get that strikeout. Gives him some momentum heading into this game. Great way to start out.
Yeah, of course, the last time we saw these two teams, like we were saying earlier, Papillion-La Vista put 3 runs up in the first inning up against Simon Stover. It's a big swing there.
Just gives them a little confidence when you get that first strikeout of the game.
Ground ball back to Eichhoff. He'll throw it over to first in time for out number 2. And the Warriors 2 quick outs and trying to get a third here. Coming up third for the Monarchs is see right fielder Ethan Nissen. Had a couple plays in the last game, had a diving catch in right field. The last time we saw these two teams, the second round of the Metro Conference Tournament. 2 outs here. Oh, pitch is high. 4-1. Ground ball, quick, easy inning. Bargo over to first in time, and Hunter Eichhoff first inning up against the Monarchs. 1, 2, 3, and we'll go to the bottom of the first here at Westside Field. They'll start it off with Peyton, Jackson, and Bargo when we come back. back here in the bottom of the first. Hunter Eichhoff with an early 1-2-3 inning to start off for the Warriors. And now Cole Payton will step up in the bottom of the first. First pitch there is low.
Let's see if Cole can take advantage of that wind to right field. Left-handed batter, that's a sweet spot for him.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. BP had 2 balls leave the yard and not in a good position for Gage Ingram.
Yeah, he's got to be pumped up here, possibly the last home game for Cole Payton here at Westside Stadium. Love to go out with a win.
Ingram not able to find the zone. 3-0 here coming to Payton. Fastball in there for strike 1. And Payton still very much so in a hitter's count here. Ingram does not want to give him too much of the plate. 3-1 coming here. And a huge swing from Cole Payton. Ingram wound back for that one. And this count is at 3-2. Full count pitch. Payton, line drive into right field. Nissen with the catch. And out number 1 is recorded.
Cole is up for the Oscars Omaha Sports Commission Award for top male athlete in the city this year. So that's out there on the Omaha Sports Commission website and Twitter. You can vote for him as the male athlete of the year this year in high school.
Payton, of course, all-state football player, going to NDSU after this spring season and trying to really help out that program, continue to work with that dynasty. Aiden Jackson here, Fort Scott Community College commit, fouls that one back, and it's back even at 1-1. Ingram, of course, really relies a lot on that fastball, and the Warriors have been known for first pitch strike hitters, really like to jump on that first pitch when they can see it. Offense, big thing for the Warriors here. A little curveball, and it's 2-1.
How does that curveball work against this wind? You got to wonder about that.
Especially from Ingram's arm angle, it's more working like a slurve out of the 3/4 angle. Another curveball. Aiden Jackson, liner up to center field, and he'll be in there for a single. And Westside gets their first runner on base of the day.
It's a great opportunity for him to get there, maybe to get the second for getting scoring position so the Warriors can get this something on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the first inning.
So Dalton Bargo, second baseman here this afternoon, will come up to the plate. Bargo throw back over to first. Aiden Jackson able to get back there in time, but Bargo, of course, a Roncalli transfer after last season, the COVID-shortened season. He's been a big factor both as a catcher and a second baseman for this team. First pitch is fouled back and out of play. And Ingram gets ahead early, 0-1.
Big league by Jackson over there at first base.
Pick off over to first, not in time, and Jackson will get back. So big thing here for these Warriors, of course, we talked about in the pregame. This game could very well talk about that 8-9 seed in the wild card standings. Of course, Westside right now at the number 9. Another pick back over to first in the dirt. And Ingram really buying his time with Jackson. Jackson has shown a stolen base ability, only been thrown out once so far this season. So, of course, I mean, this is a very big game here, depending upon what some other games go around. Line drive, check that ground ball into right field. And Jackson will go first to third. And there's runners on the corners with one out. And out to the plate, Cuddy George for the Warriors.
Great single there by Bargo, advancing Jackson over to third base. Jackson didn't even hesitate. As soon as that ball was hit, he was headed to third.
So first and third here with one out. Cuddy George looking to do some more damage. Been the power hitter all season for these Warriors. It really has not seemed to skip a beat this season. Curveball inside for ball one. And Ingram back behind in the count. Bargo over at first. Not a guy shy with speed himself. Could possibly see a couple moves. High fastball, and they'll say you went, and that'll even it back up at 1-1.
You could see his decision there. He didn't know whether to swing or not, but they called a strike.
Even count here. Especially with this wind kind of blowing both ways. Right now it's blowing more towards left field. Ball in the dirt there. George, if he really wanted to, could have a good opportunity pulling one down the line.
I don't think you'll see any steal here because George, they want to give him the opportunity to advance those runners himself.
High fastball. And George is even further in the count, 3-1. Ingram, 2 3-1 counts here just in the first 4 batters. And doesn't want to get too much into trouble. 3-1 count here. See what George wants to do with it. Fastball high, ball 4. And the Ducks are all on the pond for R.J. Gunderson. Gunderson, we talked about in that last matchup that we saw, a home run up against Bellevue West earlier this season, and then really just been a guy that's been contact throughout most of the season.
He's been one of their more consistent hitters all this season, and he's got a great opportunity here with bases loaded in the bottom of the first inning and only 1 out.
Now Gunderson, a junior, started in the Legion season last summer, has had a big impact here as the first pitch is called a strike with another curveball from Ingram. Ingram trying to find that a little bit more than he did against a couple of first batters. We'll see what Gunderson wants to do with it. Little cutter up and out, and even the count back up at 1-1. Could be a big opportunity here for the Warriors. Runners in scoring position. Especially need to capitalize the moment like this. High fastball. Gunderson wanted all of that.
You could tell he wanted that big time because bases loaded, big opportunity there. I think Ingram got a break on that one. That was a ball.
Yeah, he's been working a lot of high fastballs here today, especially when he's been ahead in counts. We'll see here with the 1-2. Another high fastball gets Gunderson to chase. And that will be the second out of the inning. The Warriors trying to not to strand him. Simon Stover out to the plate.
Right fielder, number 11, Simon Stover.
Stover had a big home run in that Millard South Invitational last weekend. Let's see if he continues that hot bat here with the bases loaded.
Oh, pitch. Little cutter ground ball over to the shortstop, back to the second baseman, and that will be all for the Warriors. Westside leaves the bases loaded here with 1 out. And they'll go to the top of the second. Eichhoff will come to the mound, looking to continue his first inning ways. Back here in the top of the second, Hunter Eichhoff back on the mound after a quick 1-2-3 inning in that first. But the Warriors cannot be happy with themselves after leaving the bases loaded with only one out in their bottom half of the first inning. Up first for the Monarchs, we'll see the DH, Braden Jones, and first pitch is high in there for a ball. Eichhoff's been working a lot of 3 pitches like we talked about earlier. As somewhat of a cutter slider, a curveball, and then a fastball. We see a fastball there, and it's back even at 1-1 after a foul ball. So Warriors defensively, J.D. DePrima behind the plate, Jackson Yeager at first base, Dalton Bargo at second, Aiden Jackson at short, Cuddy George at third. Here's the 1-1, and a swing and a miss. They'll go down 1-2. In the outfield today, out in right field, Simon Stover. Of course, center fielder Cole Payton, and left R.J. Gunnarsson. Eichhoff 1-2, ground ball over to Aiden Jackson at short, throw over to first in time, gets him for the first out of the inning, and Eichhoff working quick once again.
That's a good start for him. He gets that first batter out just like he did in the last inning when he got a strikeout. That really just boosts your confidence when you're out there on the mound and you get that first out of the inning.
Catcher Chase Clark coming up. Going up against, trying to get the first hit of the day for the Monarchs. Big swing and fouled back, just barely tipped. And might have tipped off J.D. DePrima's leg a little bit. He's limping around. But Eichhoff has worked quick here today. He's looking to do the same here, going up against Clark. One out here in the inning. The 0-1, high fastball. Clark goes after it, fouls it off once again, and Clark is down 0-2.
Eichhoff looking strong here in the top of the second inning, really putting the pressure on the batters, getting way ahead of them.
Another fastball in there. Strike 3. Eichhoff gets his second K of the day. Third. And Hunter Eichhoff is working well here today.
He's got it going out there on the mound. He's really, taking his time out there on the mound, getting the right pitches, good communication.
Another fastball, and he's been working that all day. The Monarchs have not been able to get out in front of it. And he's just been feeding it to him. 0-1 coming here. In there, just out, 4-1. Looked like it might have been just in the upper corner. And strike 2 on the outside corner. Dettinger not happy with that call, but Eichhoff gets ahead once again, 1-2.
He's really in the zone, getting it right over the plate.
Fastball low in the dirt, and even back up at 2-2. So working with Eichhoff, here tonight, the Warriors, of course, district's coming on Saturday. They really want to work multiple guys to see how many arms they have. High fastball, and it'll put the count full.
The district pairings will be released this Wednesday by the NSAA. The Warriors with an outside chance and a wild card.
On the corner, Hunter Eichhoff working well here in these first 2 innings. 4 Ks, and the first 2 innings for the Monarchs go 1-2-3, 1-2-3. And Westside looks to answer here in this bottom of the second when we come back here on Warrior Television.
Brett Thorell at the plate for Westside, trying to get something going here in the bottom of the second.
High fastball, just up and out. Thorell DHing here today for Eichhoff. Thorell has been able to work the corners of the field well this season. He's not really a guy you're going to see put in the middle of the field. He's been a pull guy oddly to both sides, even though he's a strong lefty. So 2-0, Ingram trying to get back in this count. Fastball, hard swing, foul back, and it's back to 2-1.
Last inning, the Warriors got bases loaded, weren't able to knock a run in, able to get the opportunity here again, putting the pressure on Gage Ingram.
2-1 here coming from Ingram, trying to get his first K of the day. Little slurve. That one's going to get in there for a strike, even back at 2-2.
That was pretty low.
Ingram trying to get a quick out here in this first inning. And curveball in there for strike 3. Thorell just gets over it. And Ingram with a quick out here as we see Jackson Yeager coming up next up for the Warriors. Another cutter there from Ingram, gets it in there for strike 1. And Yeager this season has really been a power gap-to-gap guy and likes a speedy guy just like Ingram. Curveball just inside, and even back up at 1-1. One and one count here. In the dirt.
Yeager's got that power at the plate. He can hit the long ball, getting that wind blowing out to right field. The flags are really flapping out there.
And a little slurve there. Yeager, big swing in the dirt, even back up at 2-2. Ingram working a lot more off speed here in the second inning, and it's been working for him.
Yeah, he's back in the groove now, back in that zone.
Ingram trying to get 2 quick outs here up against Yeager. Fastball up high, fouled back.
Much different than he was in the first inning. A lot more confident out there on the mound. You can see he's got more control.
Yeah, it's even been on. You see a lot of times guys will try to go backwards up against their hitters, usually in the second inning or second time around you're going to be able to see the guys, but especially 7, 8, 9. Been working curveball, now going fastball ahead of the count. Little cutter there, and 2 Ks for Gage Ingram here in the second inning, and he may have found his stride.
Yeah, he looks good in this one. Kind of looks like that last time we saw him here at the Westside game.
Number 6, JT DePrima.
So bottom of the lineup here, JD DePrima, the catcher. Gonna try to get things going here in the second inning after 2 quick Ks for Gage Ingram. Fastball, big swing in there for strike 1. Ingram has really been testy a lot this season. Wants his pitch, the biggest opportunities, it lays one off there. A high strikeout looking percentage as well as a high walk percentage. Only had 3 at-bats qualified in the 3 games at the Millard South tournament. Had 3 different walks in those games, and he really likes to work his pitches. 2-1 count here, coming to DePrima. Fastball, big swing, fouled back into the glove of Clark. And Ingram is back even at 2-2. Big pitch coming here. Ingram looking for 3 Ks here in the second inning. High fastball, up and out. And this count is full at 3-2.
He's really built up that speed here in the second inning.
Full count pitch. Curveball up high for ball 4. And just talking about it, DePrima draws a walk.
Yeah, that one got away from Ingram. You could tell he just a little too high off the mound. But the Warriors go to the top of the batting order. Cole Payton.
Especially in a situation like this with 2 outs. Would love to see Payton drive one deep. Right fielder playing a little bit more right center. And a long drive deep into right field. Nissen gets to it. What a run for Ethan Nissen. Comes from about right center and snatches that one in stride for the 3rd out of the inning. So 1 left on base for the Warriors, and we'll head to the top of the 3rd here on Warrior Television. Papillion-La Vista trying to get something going up against Hunter Eichhoff. Back here, top of 3rd here at Westside Field. Last game of the regular season for these 2 teams. Both teams trying to get a big win for wild card standings before they head to districts on Saturday. Hunter Eichhoff dealing on the mound today. 2 innings pitched so far, 4 Ks. And Nick Chinez will try to start it off here in the 3rd. Fastball, ground ball over to Cuddy George at 3rd. 2 shuffle. And he makes the throw over to first for the 1st out of the inning. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Hunter Eichhoff. And what about efficiency here in the first 2 1/3 for Eichhoff?
Tell you what, he's been solid out there. He's had some good defense behind him to help him out. Warriors off to a good start.
First pitch to Jeffis is low for ball 1. And I think Eichhoff has really been rearing back here in this 3rd inning. Been working a lot of that fastball and cutter. Fastball in there for strike 1, and it's back even at 1-1. Jeffis did not play much of a factor in the 2 Metro Conference tournament games that we had here just a couple weeks ago, but trying to start something here. Still no hits, still no runners, on base for this team. 2-1 here. Swing and a miss from Jeffis, since even back at 2-2.
Jeffis wanted that one. You could big swing there.
Eichhoff trying to make quick work here in the 3rd inning. Fastball made him chase. And Eichhoff 5 Ks here early, just in 2 2/3. And the Monarchs just cannot quite get to him. So next up, we'll see number 22, Luke Saxton, at the bottom of the order. In there for strike 1, first pitch. Eichhoff just been able to find that fastball all day. 0-1 pitch coming here. Another fastball in there for strike 2. And talk about attacking the zone here from Hunter Eichhoff.
They may want to keep him in there the way he's going today.
0-2 pitch fouled over to the 3rd base dugout. And we'll see what Eichhoff wants to do here with the second 0-2. But talk about Eichhoff here today doing it himself.
Yeah.
been able to get a couple of groundouts back to him. And really no hard contact from this Papillion-La Vista team. Cutter just outside.
5 strikeouts and 8 batters already. He's really working well on the rubber there.
1-2 pitch here coming from Eichhoff. Another pitch in there for strike 3. And Eichhoff, 6 Ks in just 3 innings. And it puts the Monarchs down 1-2-3 here in the third. Gage Ingram will come back to the mound for the Monarchs when we get back to the bottom of the third. Back here in the bottom of the third, second in the lineup, Aiden Jackson. Looking to start something off here against Ingram. One man working in the bullpen for the Monarchs. Once we get that to you, we'll let you know. Looks like it may be Jackson Vetter. Right now, there's just a couple guys throwing around. We'll see what the Monarchs maybe want to do if they want to keep Ingram on a short leash. And curveball in the dirt. It'll be even back at 1-1. Jackson, of course, a single to left field in the first inning. And appeal over to the first base umpire. Didn't go there, so Ingram falling behind 2-1 in the count. So we thought Eichhoff might be on a short, quick leash with Gouda and Jake Coughlin both available, but nobody in the bullpen so far for the Warriors as Aiden Jackson fouls that one back.
Again, this has been Bob Greco night here at Westside Stadium. The longtime coach was honored before the game, and great turnout from former players and school teachers here to honor him tonight.
2-2 here coming to Jackson. In there for strike 3, Gage Ingram, after a rough first inning, has gotten back into his fields here in the third with an early K.
Ingram, very impressive tonight. The way he's been there out there on the mound, he's just getting better and better in each inning.
So Dalton Bargo in the 3-hole will come up for the Warriors. A ground ball into right field the first time he came up in the first. And the bases loaded jam Gage Ingram was able to get out of. This time, Bargo line drive foul down the left field line.
Beautiful evening here at Westside Stadium. Temperature in the 60s. Slight breeze now out of the north, heading out to right field. Clear skies, much different than earlier today when we had rain. Beautiful night to watch a ball game.
0-1 coming here to Bargo. High curveball, unable to get a hold of that one, way outside the zone. But yeah, I mean, talking about that, I mean, even last night I was a little worried we might not be able to do this one. Saw rain in the forecast, and especially setting up for our kind of equipment here.
That's our Nebraska weather. Just wait a few hours and it'll change.
1-1 coming here. Little cutter once again. Ingram not able to find that pitch. Surprised he went back to it after missing that one so far outside. So Bargo ahead in the count here. Looks to get a good pitch. Ingram, fastball high and outside. And Ingram once again falls back behind 3-1.
Heart of the order here. Number 3 batter, Bargo. Warriors looking to get something going here.
Yeah, really the most consistent part of the lineup we've seen all season from these Warriors. High fastball. Did he go? And he did not.
Good call there.
It's hard to be able to appeal, especially on a play like that when you got a lefty and you only have you only have one base umpire out here, 2 umpires overall. It's a lot easier to have a guy to be able to see that down the third base line when you have him.
Jaden, you seem like you've been in that position when you've been on the mound.
I mean, especially as the pitcher, I don't want to let up a walk. So letting up a walk means an extra freebie, an extra free guy to the base that is 100% in my control as a pitcher. So when you let up something like that, you want all the calls going towards you.
Yeah. I can remember talking to the LSU head coach, Skip Bertman, and he did not like any of his pitchers throwing balls for walks. He said it's like a hit every time they come to the plate if you walk them.
Cuddy George here, high, pop up over to third base, and will be able to make the catch over at third is Luke Saxton. Check that, excuse me, they might have flipped it around here. No, excuse me, that was Luke Jackson. In 2 outs here in the third inning. But of course with that, I mean, talking about being able to put it in the zone and not give up easy freebies, Hunter Eichhoff has been dealing here today up against the Monarchs, and Gage Ingram's worked well as well. Pickoff going into right field. Bargo's going to head to second. Might be able to get to 3. Nissen trying to get the ball in the corner, and Bargo is going to slide into third. In time, ball's coming in, and Saxton's able to keep it in front of him. But Bargo, after diving back, ball goes into right field, errant throw, and 2 easy bags for Dalton Bargo.
Dalton was really chugging around the corner there.
Yeah, Bargo taking some deep breaths over at third. And R.J. Gunderson will try to bring in the first run in the game here. Second opportunity with runners in scoring position for the Warriors here tonight. Curveball in there for strike 1.
Yeah, bases were loaded the last time RJ came up to the plate, struck out. Hopes to do a better job at the plate this time.
And that pitch is just outside. 4-1, evens the count back up at 1-1. Another fastball, big swing from R.J. Gunderson. Just got on top of that one. And it'll give Ingram a 1-2 count. 1-2 count here. Ingram looking to get out of a jam. Fastball up high and a swinging strike 3. So Ingram gets out of this one. And we'll go to the top of the 4th. Still nothing on either side. Hunter Eichhoff looks to continue his spectacular start on the mound.
Well, for the Warriors, no runs, no hits, no errors.
Back here at Westside Field, Hunter Eichhoff looking to continue his spectacular start on the mound. He's been dealing in his first 3 innings, still has not allowed a base runner. And the Monarchs back to the top of the order with Jacoby Hurst, trying to get something started.
And that pitching by committee, I don't know if they're going to keep with that when you've got a performance like he's doing today.
Yeah, of course, both Jackson Gouda and Jay Coughlin both scheduled to possibly come in here today. And we'll see possibly a bunting situation for Hurst. Aiden Jackson playing deep. Cuddy George coming in at third. High fastball in there for ball 1.
Hurst struck out his first time at the plate.
And ground ball right back to Hunter Eichhoff. Easy flip to first. And the first out of the inning. Only takes 2 pitches once again for Eichhoff. And, I mean, we were talking about it earlier. I'm just going to say it again. Talk about efficiency here from Eichhoff. I mean, he's not just been mowing down these guys 1, 2, 3. He's been able to get easy, weak contact when he needs to. Here's a blooper into center field. Cole Payton unable to get to it. And that one will drop for the first hit of the game. And Jackson Osenfort able to capitalize on a mistake early from Eichhoff.
Eichhoff kind of shrugged it off, took a little walk off the mound. You know, retired the first 10 batters.
So Ethan Nissen will come up to the plate for the Monarchs. Last time, an easy strikeout for Hunter Eichhoff. And a fast runner over there at first for the Monarchs in Osenfort.
Yeah, big lead over there at first base. Trying to get him in scoring position.
Nissen will look to see what he can do here. Runners off and going. Fly ball into center field. That one's carrying. Lot of wind. Will it get out? And it will! Cole Payton unable to get that one in center field. Goes over the fence. And Ethan Nissen, a 2-run shot. Deep to center field in the windy day. And Papillion-La Vista goes up 2-0. And what a flip here in this 4th inning.
Yep, everything was going great for Eichhoff. That was a big hit over the 360 mark in center field. Cole Payton looked like he might have a shot at it, but that thing cleared the big green fence out in center field. 2-0 Papio here in the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, off the bat, it did not seem like that ball was going as far as it did, but the wind here just kept carrying and kept carrying.
Little timeout on the field. The spectator threw the ball back on the playing field. Payton throws it in. And now it will continue play.
So 2 hits here early in this 4th inning for the Monarchs and a 2-0 lead. So Braden Jones will come up to the plate looking to continue this hot streak. Long fly ball deep into center field, but lined out to Cole Payton for the 2nd out of the inning. And the Monarchs might have found something with Eichhoff to be able to get some good drives. Next up will be the catcher, Chase Clark. He'll look to do something after really struggling up against Westside pitching the last 2 times he's seen him.
Yeah, last time at the plate, Clark struck out.
Eichhoff attacking once again, the low 4-1.
He's got to shake off that 2-run homer. Get back there on the mound.
1-0 here, and just out. 4-2, and Eichhoff, for the first time today, falls behind 2-0. And what a switch here in this 4th inning. That quick, a hit and a homer.
Yeah, big dramatic turn of events here. Looked like he was maybe working on a possible no-hitter, perfect game. Retired the first 10 batters, and then boom, a single and then a home run.
Yeah, he was really attacking the zone, and I think that's what hurt him, especially in that 4th inning, seeing the top of the lineup once again. The Monarchs had seen him somewhat. And Nissen able to get a good drive deep into the center field and able to get it over the wall for 2-0. Westside will have to answer. 2-2 pitch here, fly ball into center field. Carrying again, but Cole Payton is under it for the third out of the inning. So Ethan Nissen, a ball struck deep into center field, clears a 360 mark over the wall. And after really struggling the first 3 innings on offense, they're up 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Warriors looking to answer back on offense here on Warrior Television. Back here, bottom of the 4th here on Warrior Television. Westside looking to answer back after a 2-run home run in the top of the 4th from Ethan Nissen. Started off for the Warriors. Simon Stover looking to get something going up against Gage Ingram. First pitch is outside for ball 1.
Yeah, Stover grounded out to the shortstop his first time at bat, looking for his first hit of the game here.
Fastball foul back from Stover.
Yeah, Simon's played really well as of late. Had some big hits in that Millard South Invitational last weekend.
So 1-1 count here. And that pitch just on the outside corner. Another cutter coming from Gage Ingram. Looking to get another K for Ingram. 1-2 coming here. And curveball, strike 3. And Ingram is working well here in the back half of this one. And another K as Westside can't get something going here early.
That's his 5th strikeout of the game so far. Ingram really bringing it on here in the last few innings. Getting some Ks. This is Brett Thorell at the plate.
So Brett Thorell looking to get an answer going here in the bottom of the 4th. Warriors really need a couple runs here early. Fouled off his ankle. Going to take a second here for Thorell. And he felt that one.
Thorell was one of the athletes honored at the Westside Scholar Athlete banquet the other night. He received the Masterson Scholarship, a $3,000 scholarship. So congratulations to him. Also on the football team. Great athlete here at Westside.
Yeah, he's been playing both football and baseball, and he's been a big factor on both these teams. As he looks to get something going here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-1 pitch is fouled back. And Ingram once again gets ahead in the count 1-2.
Yeah, Brett struck out his first time at the plate. He's faced this Ingram. Gage has really been on top of the mound the last few innings for Papio.
1-2 here coming to Thorell. A little chop swing. High pop up over to the shortstop. for the out. And Westside, 2 straight outs to start off at this bottom of the 4th.
Jackson Yeager coming up to the plate.
Number 26, Jackson Yeager.
Jackson struck out back in the 2nd inning, hoping to get something going this time.
First pitch is low there for a ball in the dirt. But the Monarchs have really worked on their defense so far this season. It's been a really big point of emphasis in big, especially close games, as that 1-0 pitch is in the dirt, and it's 2-2-0. Really good position here for Yeager if he wants to pounce on it. We'll see what Ingram wants to do here, if he wants to go fastball or wants to go off speed, down 2-0. And he chooses off speed and it backfires. And he's down 3-0 here to Yeager. No question, a fastball here coming to Yeager, and it's in there for strike 1. I don't think Yeager had the green light there at all. 3-1 pitch here. Ingram trying to get someone out of this inning, but he walks Yeager on a 3-1 pitch, and we'll get to the bottom of the lineup. J.D. DePrima will come up to the plate after a first inning walk.
That's Ingram's 4th walk of the night. Hasn't had many. 5 strikeouts so far this game.
6, J.D. DePrima.
He's allowed only 2 hits.
Yeah, he's been somewhat even with the walks and Ks, not exactly where you want to be. This ball is popped way high and foul. Every time I see a ball like that, I just think Major League, just too high, just too high.
Yeah, way over there past the tennis courts, over near the shot put and discus area.
Especially in a stadium like this. Ball can really travel when you find wind. A 1 pitch coming here to DePrima. Warriors maybe trying to find some kind of opportunity as that ball goes outside and it's back even at 1-1.
Speaking of the shot put and discus area, wish best of luck to all the runners and athletes at the Metro Track Meet at Burke Stadium tomorrow.
Fastball, another pop high and foul and out of play. And once again, J.D. DePrima is really getting under some of these balls.
Yeah, he's got that down pretty well to right field and left field now. 2 foul balls is about as high as you can go.
DePrima's been a guy that has really worked well working opposite field, but he's not really been a power guy opposite field. He really likes to work the gas, a little duck snorts over the shortstop and third baseman. Really selective with his pitches. 1-2 pitch coming here. See what DePrima can do. And that pitch is up and high. Back even at 2-2. Yeager over at first after a walk. J.D. DePrima with 2 outs trying to capitalize. Little cutter outside. Unable to find the angle there from Ingram. And we'll see Yeager off and running on the pitch.
DePrima with a good eye, walked last time at the plate. 3 balls right now.
Full count pitch coming here to DePrima. Yeager off from first, just outside with the fastball. And DePrima, for the 2nd time of the night, draws a walk. We talk about that so much. DePrima, his selective ability has been his big, I guess, power so far for this team. It's really helped him, especially out of that 9 spot.
Big opportunity here. Cole Payton at the plate with 2 runners on base, and the Warriors trailing 2-0.
Another runner in scoring position. 3rd time here this afternoon that we've seen it. 4 runners left in scoring position so far here this afternoon for the Warriors, especially that first inning bases loaded opportunity for the Warriors, somewhat scrambled.
Cole's popped out to right field twice. The last time it was almost a hit down the line, but the right fielder was able to get it. So everything to right, following that wind.
0-1. Line drive into right field. That one's going to get down. Jackson Yeager's going to score. J.D. DePrima coming around 3rd. He's going to look to score. Cole Payton's going to hand it up at 2nd. And a 2 RBI double. Cole Payton brings in Yeager and DePrima, and this game is tied.
That is the Cole Payton we know. The All-State quarterback comes up with the big play, and the baseball player, Cole Payton, comes up to the plate and hits a line drive down the line, and this game is all tied up. New ball game here at Westside, 2-2.
There's no chance for Jackson Olsen for it even to get that ball. Jumped up high, but got about 1.5 feet over his glove. Just kept rolling here on the turf. Picked back over to second, not in time from Ingram. And Tyler Jeff is over at second, working quick, trying to keep Cole Payton close. Top 40 time on the team. Curveball there, inside. Second lowest 40 time on the team in tryouts, Aiden Jackson. Off to the plate here, so a lot of speed for this Warriors team.
Jackson singled the first time up.
Fastball, fly deep into center field. Hurst under it, makes the catch, and that'll end the 4th inning. The Westside answers back. Cole Payton with a 2-out RBI double ties this game up at 2 as we head to the 5th. A really good one here at Westside Field. Don't go anywhere. Top of the 5th, tied at 2-2.
Left fielder number 18.
A 2 RBI double from Cole Payton comes in clutch with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th to answer from Ethan Neeson's 2-run home run in the top of the 4th. Hunter Eichhoff back in the ball game, but possibly on a short leash as Jack Scholey goes to warm up for the Warriors in the bullpen.
Noah Denninger struck out in the 2nd inning. His first time at the plate.
And fastball in there. Even it back up at 1-1. Denninger had a really good game up against Omaha South, but really the entire Monarch offense did in that Metro Conference tournament. But up against Westside, a pitcher's duel all around. But really helped out the team in the bottom of the 1st, that 3-run bottom of the 1st that really propelled the Monarchs to be able to win that ball game. 3 different hit-by pitches from Simon Stover, and the Warriors ended up falling 4-3 in an early exit in the tournament. And Eichhoff hits Denninger there, and then looks back at Eichhoff a little bit off the elbow guard.
Shortstop number 6, Nick Shinez.
So Nick Shinez will look here with a runner at first.
Shinez grounded out to third base his first time at bat. This time he's got a runner on base.
Eichhoff working out of the stretch. High fastball inside. 4-1. So Monarchs looking for another solid inning. Eichhoff, first 3 innings worked well, but his off speed hasn't helped him. Has been working a lot more fastballs and hasn't been able to quite find the zone here in the last 2 innings as he falls behind in the count, 2-0. Hasn't given up a walk so far here today, but a first freebie there with the hit by pitch. 2-0 pitch inside, hits him again, and 2 hit by pitches from Hunter Eichhoff. And DePrimo will go out there and talk to him. Maybe try to calm Eichhoff down here.
Yeah, you'd think after Westside tied the game up, take some of that pressure off you. Now Coach Seals is coming out to the mound to talk to him, just to kind of settle him down. He pitched great the first 3 innings. That 2-run homer, just 1 pitch, got away from him.
So Seals will go out there and talk with him. Maybe try to see something here after 2 hit by pitches. And we'll see what the Warriors want to do here. 2 runners on base after 2 hit by pitches. And 2 guys up in the bullpen for the Warriors. The freshman Jay Coughlin and Jack Sholey, the lefty.
Coach Seals giving his pitcher some time to warm up with that visit to the mound. You know, districts start later this week. The Warriors don't want to throw too many arms.
And especially in a game like this that could really depend upon that 8th spot in the wild card rankings that is so important, especially in districts. And an errant pitch going to the backstop, and now 2 runners will be in scoring position. So Eichhoff, especially, even after a meeting, uncharacteristic to put that one to the backstop. We'll see what he wants to answer with here. Trying to get out of the jam, no outs. And the pitch there, high pop-up on the infield. Dalton Bargo under it, and he makes the play. So 1 out here quick early. Eichhoff needs 2 more. So a quick change in the bullpen. The lefty, Jack Sholey, has come out, and he'll flip with Jackson Gouda. So Gouda and Jake Coughlin, 2 righties in the bullpen. 2 fire-pumping righties. Coughlin, just a freshman. Only 2 underclassmen on this team, Coughlin and Gouda. First pitch is in there for strike 1.
Saxton, first time at bat, struck out. But this time he's got a big opportunity with runners on 2nd and 3rd and just 1 out.
Yeah, Saxton didn't like that first pitch call there. And the second pitch is low for a 1-1 count. Big opportunity here for the Monarchs. Was a slow first 3 innings. Fast offensive one here. Ground ball over to short. Aiden Jackson will throw it over to first, but a run will score. And the Monarchs take the lead 3-2 here in the top of the 5th.
That really cost him. Those 2 batters that were hit by pitches allowed them to move all the way to 2nd and 3rd, allowed Papio to get that run in.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, you can't have the freebies, especially something like that, walks and hit by pitches. Line drive over to Dalton Bargo, leaps up and makes the 3rd out of the inning. But Eichhoff somewhat struggles after 2 hit by pitches, and the Monarchs capitalize up 3-2 here in the top of the 5th. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th right after this here on Warrior Television. Westside looking to answer back. So back here in the bottom of the fifth, Westside trying to answer back. Hunter Eichhoff, 2 hit by pitches. A wild pitch moved him over into scoring position. And then a ground ball with 1 out brought a runner in. And Dalton Bargo started off here in the bottom of the fifth. So very likely will be the end of the day for Hunter Eichhoff. Looks like next up, most likely be Jay Coughlin we'll see in the top of the sixth. Just his second outing a part of varsity. A no-hitter, a part of JV, and that ball is fouled out of play. Another high pop up into the stands.
Bargo's been on base twice so far this game. In the first inning, he singled to right field, and then in the third, he walked. So see if he gets on base for the third time tonight.
Yeah, Bargo's been a hit machine this season. No matter what the opportunity is, he's been able to put the ball in play very well. A little curveball outside, and Ingram falls behind 2-1. So looking for the rest of this lineup, we see Bargo, then Cuddy George, then R.J. Gunderson. We talked about the heart of the lineup this season for these Warriors. Has been so influential, especially in big moments. 2-1 pitch here coming to Bargo. Outside. And Bargo's way ahead here now, 3-1.
Yeah, Ingram had those 2 walks in the last inning. That really hurt him, allowed Westside to tie this game up. There's a hit up the middle to second base. And the throw to first is an out. First out of the inning for Papio. And that'll bring up the next batter, Cuddy George.
Yeah, great play there from Tyler Jeffis, able to range to his right to make that play for the first out of the inning. And Cuddy George looking to get something going here with 1 out.
Yeah, Cuddy's walked the first time at bat, flied out to the third baseman, trying to get on base.
Another curveball, line drive, out of play into the stands for strike 1. Monarchs do have 2 pitchers of their own in the bullpen. Can't quite see the numbers from here, but might be a bullpen evening from now on. So high fastball up top. And Ingram leaves it back even at 1-1. A little cutter in there for strike 2. And a 1-2 count here coming to Cuddy George. George trying to not do anything too much here. 1 out in the inning. High fastball just out and leaving back up at 2-2. Ingram's really like to work that fastball up high when he's ahead in counts, but hasn't really been able to get too many guys to chase on it. Another fastball there. That will be fouled back. And stay even at 2-2.
Trying to get something going here, down by 1 run, 3-2. Papio only has 2 hits in the game. The Warriors have 3 hits, but they still trail by 1 run, 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
2-2 count here with 1 out coming to Cuddy George. Swing and a miss from George there. And Ingram with another strike out here. And 2 outs here in the inning in the 5th.
That was his 7th strikeout of the game so far.
R.J. Gunderson.
He's got some heat out there. He can blow it by you.
So Cale Guyot is the one in the Monarch bullpen currently. We'll see if he goes in the next inning. But Ingram has been working well. Besides that last inning, that 2-run double from Cole Payton and a curveball there gets R.J. Gunderson on his heels. A 1 pitch here coming to Gunderson. Fastball makes him chase. Gunderson not happy with himself. He's been chasing a lot of pitches today. 2 high fastballs in his first AB.
2 strikeouts in his first 2 times at bat, looking to connect here.
0-2, trying to not define the trifecta. Fastball, fly ball into the right field gap. Nissen under it, makes the play. And that will end the 5th inning. Monarchs keep their lead 3-2 as we head to the 6th here on Warrior Television.
On the fifth.
Back here in the top of the 6th. And a call to the bullpen here for the Warriors. They switch it up, not Jay Coggin. They're going to go Jackson Gouda, the sophomore pitching phenom for these Warriors this season. And Gouda has done his job. Pumps mid to high 80s with his fastball. Also works a little bit of a slider and a change. And finds his curveball when he can. So he'll work the 6th inning here. And we'll see if they want to keep him for the 7th or if they'll switch it up later on. But the Monarchs up 3-2 here, looking to hold on and maybe add some insurance here in the top of the 6th.
Hunter Eichhoff went 5 innings, had 5 strikeouts. He only gave up 2 hits in the game, but those 2 batters that were hit by pitches were costly, and that enabled Papio to take the lead in the 5th inning to give the Monarchs a 3-2 lead here, heading into the top of the 6th inning.
Leading out for the Monarchs, first baseman number 3, Jackson Osenfort.
So Jackson Osenfort will start it off here in the 6th for the Monarchs, looking to add some insurance runs here in the back half of these 2 innings. Jackson Gouda in his first relief appearance here this season will start it off. High fly ball deep to center field. Cole Payton under it. Has to come up a little bit, and he makes the play for the first out of the inning. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Jackson Gouda. Once again, working efficiently. So
well, here comes the big batter for Papio, Ethan Nissen.
Right fielder number 14.
Last
Ethan
time at the
Nissen.
plate, he had a 2-run homer, a huge blast at the 360 mark in center field.
Yeah, just got over to the top of the wall. Cole Payton, probably 20-foot wall, tried to climb it to get that one, but just went over, and Nissen was able to start off the 3rd inning, with a bomb.
Yeah, Cole's a great athlete, but he can't leap that high. Pretty big fence.
And it was somewhat odd. I mean, Hunter Eichhoff had gone 3 1/3 with a perfect game in his pocket at the moment, and then a walk, and then the bomb there from Ethan Nissen gave the Monarchs the lead. And now the Monarchs have the 3-2 lead as we're here on the top of the 6th. Ground ball over to Cuddy George at 3rd. Little 2-step over to first. High! And off the bag goes Jackson Yeager. So once again, Cuddy George's defensive woes this season continue.
Just a little bit high over there to first base. And Yeager just put that toe off the bag, able to run it to be safe.
Designated hitter number 41,
Yeager
Braden Jones.
only so flexible over there at first. Tried to reach out, but the toe just came off the bag, and Guda's going to have to work quick. Runners off 2 second. Ball is fouled. We think fouled. Umpire didn't call anything of a foul ball. We think it'll stay at 0-1.
Braden Jones, the designated hitter, grounded out to the shortstop in the second. Popped out to center field. It was a big hit in the fourth inning.
Little blooper, might be able to fall down fair, and it does, just over the head of Cuddy George, unable to get it on the second hop. And there'll be runners on the corners with only one out here. But Braden Jones comes, kind of jams him there on the inside half and just barely gets it over the head of Cuddy George. So one out here. Guda's somewhat in a pickle.
Papio getting some breaks here. Little bloopers, hit by pitches.
Yeah, odd that first pitch wasn't a foul ball. The umpire said it must have been off of J.D. DePrima's glove that went to the Monarch side of the dugout. And a high pitch there. But the runner moved over to second, so that allows for the bloop and runners at the corners.
Westside holding the runner over at first base. Runners at the corners.
And fastball in there, fouled back, and will even back up at 1-1. So we'll of course see how much of a leash they give Jackson Gouda here with a 1-run deficit up against the Monarchs. A big win needed here for the Warriors, headed near to districts here in this regular season finale. Fly ball into right field. Simon Stover's going to have to go back to it. Runners going to go into home. Stover was not able to truly cleanly catch that ball. They'll call it on the transfer, but a run will score, and Papillion-La Vista up 4-2 now.
Yeah, Stover kind of juggled the ball when he took it out of his glove. Ball landed on the turf. The runner at third base tagged up and scored. There was no play at the plate. Runner on first base for Papio still.
Line drive over to left field. R.J. Gunnarsson comes in and reins it home for the third out of the inning. With the Monarchs, a sac fly to right gives some more insurance for this team. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth. Warriors trying to answer back and make this one a closer game here on Warrior Television. Bottom of the sixth inning, Simon Stover looking to get something going here for the Warriors.
Simon Stover.
After an error and a bloop, and then a sac fly to right, gives some more insurance in the top of the sixth for the Monarchs. And a curveball there from Ingram is in there for strike one with a swing and miss. Monarchs still do have two guys in the bullpen. But Ingram, they're keeping him out there. Fastball in there just on the corner. Stover not happy with that call.
Stover grounded out to the shortstop in the first inning and then struck out in the fourth. Still looking to get on base here.
0-2 pitch here coming from Ingram. Fastball, cutter flying. And a swing and the miss from Stover there. And it's the first out of the inning. Round the horn throw from Chase Clark.
Number 22.
Roamed into right field, but Brett Thorell will come up to the plate. Another speed guy here for the Warriors, trying to get something going. Westside needs to be able to chip away, down 2. Ingram, fastball, just on the outside corner for strike 1. Thorell, of course, we talked about the two-sport athlete, the speed that he's been able to show. Linebacker for the state championship Westside Warrior football team. And he's worked the outfield spots and DH so far this season for the Warriors. So Ingram gets ahead here, 0-2. We'll see what he wants to go to. Been seeing a lot of high fastballs and curves on an 0-2 fastball outside just for ball 1. And try to get Thorell to chase a little bit more outside there. 1-2 pitch coming here. Little cutter, not able to really get too much of a cut on it, but goes in the dirt. It's back even at 2-2. Wind picking up here once again, headed out to left field. It's been a windy day all around, working both right and left back and forth today. 2-2 here to Thorell, fouled way high and on top of the school.
Thorell looking to get on base for the first time today. He struck out in the second, hit a fly ball to the shortstop in the fifth. Still looking to get on base.
2-2 count once again here to Thorell. And that one's in the dirt, and they'll move it to a full count. And Thorell in a good position here, and maybe to get something going. Ingram looking to shut it down here in the bottom of the 6th. Full count pitch coming to Thorell. Fastball, ground ball over to short. Nick Chenez able to throw it over to first for the second out of the inning. And Warriors trying to not go down 1-2-3 here.
Oh, that's okay.
First baseman, number 26, Jackson Yeager.
Next inning. Next inning. Low curveball there from Ingram.
Jackson Yeager struck out the first time at the plate in the second. Walked in the fourth inning. Trying to get on base here.
Ingram's trying to get a 1-2-3 inning here once again. Warriors need to try to get some runs to get back in this one. High fly ball. Might be a blooper here into right field. 2 runners going on it. That one's going to get down. Yeager's going to head to second. Nissen's going to get called with the error. And Yeager will stop at 2. So a 2-out, 2-base error. And sometimes you just got to put it in play and see what happens. And good things happen there for Jackson Yeager. So J.D. DePrimo will come to the plate. 2 walks here today. We'll try to do something.
I call it the Bob Greco luck. Bob Greco down here. He's going to talk with us in the next inning. And it's an opportunity for the Warriors to maybe tie this game back up.
So that'll be the end of the day for Ingram. Guyot will come into the ball game for the Monarchs, trying to shut it down here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll take a break for this pitching change. When we come back, we'll give you guys the Dunkin Trivia Question of the ball game. And then in the top of the 7th, we'll talk with former head coach Bob Greco.
Pitch running for the Warriors, number 10, Tommy Connolly.
So back here in the bottom of the 6th for the Monarchs, we'll see number 10, Cale Guyett.
Betting next
And
for the
real quick
Warriors,
before we
the
get to
catcher,
there,
number 6,
Dunkin Trivia
Jaden
Question
Taylor.
of the night. As head coach, Bob Greco made the state tournament a total of 21 times. How many schools in the state have been able to make the state tournament as many times or more? Check that, sorry, or more. So how many times, how many schools in the state of Nebraska have made the state tournament more times than just Bob Greco himself? So Jaden DePrima here trying to look for possibly his 3rd walk of the game. 2 walks in his first 2 at-bats. And it's a 1-1 count here. Tommy Connolly comes into pinch run for Jackson Yeager over at second base after a 2 RBI error on Ethan Neeson. And 1-1 pitch is in the dirt for ball 2.
Yeah, and Pepe was trying to keep him close over there at second base. The shortstop coming up behind him, trying to maybe possibly get it out over there at the bag.
Another pitch here. Almost hits DePrima just on the inside. But it'll be a ball anyhow. 3-1 count here for DePrima. A scary situation that you don't want to be in, especially coming out of the bullpen for Guyett. Still one guy warming up at the bullpen for the Monarchs if needed, possibly for the 7th. 3-1 count. Ball is low for ball 4. And now 2 runners on the bases for who you might guess. Cole Payton, after a 2 RBI, 2-out double in the bottom of the 4th. He's got a chance to do it again here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, Cole drove the ball down the right field line there the last time at bat in the 4th inning, knocked in 2 runs.
Big swing there on the 0 pitch.
All his hits today, 2 flyouts to right field. His second pop out to right field, almost a hit, but they chased it down.
Line drive right over to Osenfort at first base. So the Warriors can't do anything with a 2-out threat, and the Monarchs will hold the lead here 4-2. We'll head to the top of the 7th when we come back, and we'll get a chance to talk with former coach Bob Greco here on Warrior Television. And we're here on Warrior Television. Top of the 7th action here, regular season finale. And we're talking with former head coach Bob Greco. Jake Coughlin will come into the game here trying to limit any damage here for the Warriors, down 4-2. But Coach, I mean, it's an honor to be able to have you on, a big stream like this. First year being able to get to do baseball streams, and I mean, for you, a night here for you that you've done so much for this program overall. What does it mean to be able to come back?
Well, first of all, I think this is awesome what you guys are doing here. This is great for the kids, great for all the sports at Westside. For me to be here it just means everything to me. As I said before the game, I bet it's close to 80% of the people I know are through baseball, whether it's the parents, the kids, when I was a player, when I coached, and it's such a huge part of my life, and so it just was so heartwarming for me to be here.
Bob, I know it was an emotional night when you're out at home plate before the game, being honored, but seeing so many of your former players here show up for this honor tonight, that's a great tribute to you. What did it feel like?
Oh, thank you. I mean, just like I was saying, just heartwarming. I mean, it's, I didn't realize when I stopped coaching how much I would miss the kids and the parents and in baseball in general. And so just to see everybody together was really fun for me, and to sit and tell stories and laugh again, and very enjoyable.
We enjoyed your stories about the umpires, too.
Yeah, well, I have a lot more that I can't say on here.
How many have turned out for the reception in the parking lot?
Well, you can count them on one finger.
But, Bob, you really built a dynasty here, starting back in 1994, and I can remember you going to the state tournament, finishing as the runner-up, and then finally breaking through in '99 with that team that was inducted into the Westside Athletic Hall of Fame. I mean, to have the run of state champions that you had, and then to think that how many times you made it to the championship game and came up just short.
Yeah.
It shows you how strong your teams were. What was the difference?
Well, I first and foremost, I'm pretty conscious of not taking credit for the talented kids that I have. I mean, the credit goes to them and it goes to their parents. And I'm telling you, some of my teams were loaded. I know, like in 2014, I crossed my arms at third base and I watched them hit, and man, could we hit. And so, I think what was fun for me, I mean, you talked about the runner-ups. Those are great. Not as great as winning state, but those are great because only one team beat you. And, second place is awful good. And I never felt like, oh, we lost the championship. I never felt that way. I was happy when we got second. And, but the success of the program, I mean, we had talent. I mean, it wasn't like I was coaching kids that couldn't play. I can tell you they could really play. And so it was my good fortune to be able to coach them.
You've worked out at one of the best facilities for baseball in the state, and a lot of that has to do with your Legion sponsors, DJ Rezak, Harley Schrager. Those guys really helped you build this program. Oh,
most definitely. And it started with Tom Fulkerson, Holmes Freight. I don't know if you remember that sponsor. And Jay Noddle came in with Pacific Realty. And, those guys were great about giving back to us and to Westside and the kids. And it's just awesome. As a coach, you don't have to spend all your time fundraising or going out begging for money. And just like you mentioned the field, we out-practiced everybody we played because we were practicing. And they were working, and they still had snow on their field.
Yeah.
So we beat them by 2 weeks right there. And that was a huge advantage for us. And we never apologized for it, though.
Bob, when you look back at some of the players, you see a Darren Ruff who's playing for the San Francisco Giants right now, and you've got some guys in the minor leagues. Just talk about some of the great standouts you had through the years and what they meant to you.
Well, for me, I loved all the standouts I had, but for me, I really loved the kids that worked their tails off, and I probably screwed them up because they were really conscientious, hard workers, great kids that did everything you said, and you probably talked to them too much. Those are the kids that I think make a program because those are your practice players that push everybody. And those are the big ones. The talented kids, they get all the recognition. And, as you said, Jake and Darren, they're still getting recognition that they deserve. It's nice to see them. Tony Schrager made it through AAA, and Jackson Rose. What was great about Jackson is he hardly ever played for us. He didn't even play varsity till he was a senior.
But he could throw in the 90s.
Yeah. But his arm was always sore until, almost when the season started his senior year. He had a sore arm, and boy, he took off. But just a lot of talented kids, all over the place. And I think so many competitive kids. That was the big difference that for me to watch a kid compete and not get down or pout when it doesn't go his way. He just was ready for the next play, and that was the fun part for me.
You had a great coaching staff, through the years, and, Steve Clark was with you for a long time, and now you've got one of your former assistants out there coaching Westside right now. That's got to make you proud to see that.
Oh, really proud, and Otis played for me too, and so did Alec Williams, one of the other assistants. So. Yeah, very proud of them. And that's what's cool as you get older. You get to see what has become of all these guys and what they've done with their lives. That's rewarding for me to see what they're doing now.
Well, kind of update us what you and Kathy are doing right now. I know you've got a grandchild, and that's keeping you busy. And tell everybody what's going on right now with you.
Well, we spend a lot of time with her. I didn't realize how great that was going to be. Someone had told us right after we had her that they said, I love I like my kids, but I love my grandkids. That is so true. So we spend a lot of time with her. We spend a lot of time together, and then we just kind of take care of our rental houses is what we're doing right now, and we do a lot of that, and then I just go around and do odd jobs. I spend a little time out at Iowa Western. I kind of part-time coached in a couple days a week in the winter, and then so I kind of go to the games now. I don't really coach now unless I see something wrong, and I'll pull a kid over and say something to him. But that's been fun for me. They have a lot of talent over there, and it's been nice to see.
Well, what do you think about this Westside team? We're coming down to district starting on Saturday. They played really well in the Millard South Invitational, and they're trailing right now 4-2, but they seem to be playing ball better here at the last couple of weeks.
Well, and that's exactly what you need is it's okay to give up those runs at the end of that last game and lose that game, because then you can learn from it before you get to state. Because to me, to win state, you have to play above your talent level, and you have to come energized and ready to come perform. And it's okay to lose a game here or there, especially when you're going to learn something about it. I think you learn so much more from a loss than you do a win, because when the kids win, they think they're good. It's kind of weird. But when they lose, they're ready to listen and to improve. So losses don't bother me, and Westside is in every game, and they're doing really well. So I think they got a shot.
I think with this game going on, we're going to head to the bottom of the seventh. But looking for the program that you built here, for 26 years, just the overall scenery that you've been able to be here at this field. We talked about the facilities before. A new set of facilities here, new turf, being able to get a new scoreboard. What does it mean to be able to, how do you feel it helped you overall in just seeing this team be able to play on the field like this?
I don't know that it helped me, but it's I'm so proud of it. I'm proud of what is here. I'm proud of all the kids and the parents. I will always be a part of this, and that's really cool to me. I know when they were building this field, I'd sneak out of school like the kids, and I'd come watch the construction workers. And sometimes I get back late to class, but I didn't care. I wanted to see what was happening out here.
Bob, you got to talk about your parents. There's a plaque up there by the concession stand, what they meant to you and how big a support they were through the years.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. My dad was just so proud of me. I don't care if I struck out 3 times and made 3 errors. He was so proud of me. Not my mom. Man, she was the competitor. she would let me have it. And so it's so fun as I became a coach. She was always telling me what I was doing wrong, and my dad was just proud. So it was really funny that way. And I always tell the story that on her deathbed, she told me, "Don't ever lose to Creighton Prep again." That's what she told me. And be nice to Kathy. Those were the two things she said, and it's the truth. It is so funny.
And that's a great rivalry.
Oh, yes.
You know, a lot of respect for the Junior Jays, and those were some great battles over there at Prep and here, and they always drew the biggest crowds of the year when you'd face the Junior Jays.
So fun. And you know what is strange is all these guys that you compete against, and especially that rivalry, the kids sometimes don't like each other, but as you get older, those guys become your friends. I mean, you're like-minded. You both play baseball, and you probably still love baseball as you get older, and those become your friends. So that's kind of cool about athletics that people don't realize at this age. But in 5 years, guys on the Papillion team will be friends with these guys.
Well, Jaden, we'll get back to the game here. 4-2. We're in the bottom of the 7th. The Warriors trying to get something going here. And I'll give it back to you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you. Keep up the good work. You guys are awesome.
Bob, thanks for coming by, and congratulations on your honor tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Take care. Thank you.
Third baseman, number 13, Cuddy George.
To the final chance here for Cuddy George. Here with 2 outs, 4-2 deficit here, and to say that we've only had 6 hits here tonight is something remarkable. First pitch from Guy is in there for strike 1. George unhappy, didn't pull the trigger there. Fourth regular season finale for these two teams. Cuddy George fly ball into right field. Ethan Nissen and the Monarchs take down the Warriors in this regular season finale. A 2-run bomb and a couple insurance runs in the 5th and 6th.
With the Warriors 7, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. That will wrap it up. Monarchs take the victory this afternoon by a score of 4-2 over the Warriors here on Bob Greco night at Warrior Field. Thank you for coming out. We do have our second half of the doubleheader up and about 30 minutes.
Yeah, the Warriors got off to such a great start. Eichhoff was perfect through the first 3 innings of the game, but then that homer to center field, a huge blast, really turned things around for the Monarchs, and they kind of more or less took control right there in that game. But that was the key play of the game, the turning point, and the Warriors will try to come back on Saturday in district play and get back in the win column.
So big win for the Monarchs. They'll head to 18-12 on the season. The Warriors will drop to 18-13 on the season. And a big opportunity upcoming on Saturday, really to see what these two teams can do in district play. And to end off here tonight, we'll give you the answer to tonight's Dunkin Trivia Question, of course, in all of our games. Hashtag Dunkin Trivia on Twitter. And $10 gift card will get you with a free answer. So Dunkin Trivia Question tonight, of course, a remarkable stat here. Bob Greco, just himself, unincluding Westside as a whole, has more state tournament appearance of every team other than 6 in the state of Nebraska. Only 6 teams have been in the state tournament more times than Bob Greco himself. Millard North, Millard South, Millard West, Creighton Prep, Lincoln Southeast, and this Papillion-La Vista team here. So what a great night for baseball here. The Warriors unable to get the win. And they'll head to district play on Saturday. So that will end it here on Warrior Television. A great night of baseball will end here. My name is Jaden Taylor. Alongside me tonight, Jernstrom and the entire WTV Live crew. We'll see you guys back next year for some football. It'll be a long summer break, but we'll give you more action when we come back in the fall. It's been great getting you guys so many great opportunities, so many great games this season, from the state championship run for the Warriors in football to a heartbreaking loss in districts to basketball, and to here for baseball for this Summer Legion team. We'll see more here.
And Jaden, I just got to give a shout out to you. You did a great job all season long, all year long with this Warrior TV broadcast team. And thanks for bringing those game of the weeks from the fall. Thousands of people watched those broadcasts because of the COVID restrictions, and it was really a great opportunity for people to watch the Warrior TV and what the students here at Westside High School do to give a broadcast and live stream it. Not many schools in Nebraska, high schools, do what Westside does with their Warrior TV, and a lot of the credit goes to you, Jaden. You organize everything. You do a terrific job, and with your play-by-play, and it's just been a pleasure behind the mic with you this spring season.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure working with you, Ross. I know a legend in the sports broadcasting department itself, but I mean, at the end of the day, the shout-out goes to the viewers. Being able to watch all these games is what we love to do. Give it to you guys for such amazing games. We want to give you guys the best opportunity possible to watch your kids, watch your fans, even watch your players. Be able to watch games like this in such an atmosphere. No better place to watch a game than Warrior Television. And I'll stick by that until the day I'm out of high school. So we'll keep working with that. We'll add more on to next year, only going better from here. Warrior Television and WTV Live will be back in 2021 in the fall season. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening. We'll be back. This is Jaden Taylor signing off for the season.